On Monday, October 19th, we will awaken to the moon in Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is a fire energy, and it's also the energy that really puts us on the path to want to be more optimistic, to gain more confidence, to seek freedom and seek liberation from some of the challenges that we've been faced with. So we're already starting off the cosmic day with a lot of fire in us, whether that comes out as nervousness or anxiety, excitement, just fiery, angry, aggressive. That's all that fire energy. So we want to be very mindful of how it is that we're actually going to use this energy to our advantage. Now, adding to the fire, this is going to be a fire day. Monday is going to be lit because Mars, again, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passions, our desires, and our anger, is in its place of power in Aries, still in a retrograde. Now, we did hit the midpoint of Mars's retrograde last week, so we're on the downward spiral now until Mars goes direct later on in November. But right now, Mars retrograde, we're doing a lot of internalizing. We're really trying to filter through what it is that we want to do with ourselves. Yes, we want to take physical action and move forward. Everybody wants to press that fast forward button, but we have a lot of inner work to do. Mars, in its place of power in Aries, retrograde, is squaring Jupiter in Capricorn. So that square provides us with an applied tension, an applied pressure, acting as a catalyst for us to kind of make decisions, take action, and overcome. But Jupiter, the great magnifier, putting an amplification on any and all topics and themes that are already in play, has a tendency for us to overdo things. We are highly impulsive with this energy. We are fired up and ready to go. And again, that can be manifested in an excitable way, in a nervous way, in an angry way, or just overly passionate about something. And realistically speaking, we can get overconfident. We can bite off more than we can chew. We can over exaggerate. We can overcommit. We can overestimate our own energy, our own potential. And that is a hard energy to deal with. Now, making matters even more intense, we have Venus making a aspect to Mars. Again, feminine and masculine energy. Those are that male and female astrological counterparts. And we also have Venus making an aspect to Jupiter at the same time. So Venus, again, still very much in Virgo, wants to rip everything apart, wants to analyze all the details, wants to have a mental understanding of our worth, of our values, of our relationship, of our money matters. Then you get that intense, fiery energy from Mars, again, still in a retrograde, that has the potential to kind of get us out of the rut, right? Because we're fired up. This can lift our spirits. This can help us define what it is of value. This can help us define what it is we desire, what it is we're passionate about. This opens our heart space in a brand new way. This makes us a lot more thoughtful of how it is we're going to execute our plans when we are freed and encouraged to actually move forward. And then Venus trining with Jupiter at the same time. Again, Jupiter is that amplification. That is that magnifying glass, making things much bigger, much more extreme than they actually are. So this is actually working for us because we're going to be hopeful. We're getting our confidence back. We are, trying to see the silver linings. We are expecting the best out of even the poorest situations. Now, this can be good for our relationships because relationships have been rocky. Again, we're in Libra season, trying to establish peace and harmony and balance in our relationships. But mostly, we have to get agitated to the point where we recognize where that balance needs to be restored. So this particular aspect is good for our relationships, but we still can run into some misunderstandings because, again, we're fired up. We're overconfident. We're taking on more than we should at this point. We can overstate our feelings. And again, our mental planes are not working the best because Mercury is retrograde. So we want to be very cautious how we're interacting in our personal relationships. And we want to be cautious and mindful that we're not burning ourselves out, because that fire energy has the potential to really hit the ground running and then not have enough energy to see anything through. We also have Mercury opposing Uranus. Now, this is an aspect that took place last week, I believe, and it does give us a little bit of fogginess in our mental planes, and here's why. Mercury rules over the mental plane, rules over information and communication. Mercury is retrograde. It's asleep at the wheel. It's drunk at the wheel. It's like somebody drugged Mercury and said, you know what, just sit aside. It's time for our intuitions to kind of take the lead. Mercury is in Scorpio, so we're asking deep, probing questions. We're going within ourselves. We're exploring deep, dark emotions, that shadow side of ourselves. And Mercury is the lower intellect. It is the human intellect, if you will, whereas Uranus is that higher intellect, connected to the divine, connected to our higher selves. Uranus is in Taurus, sitting right across the table from Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And Uranus and Taurus wants us to think outside of the box. It wants us to push ourselves outside of the comfort zone. So this is going to lead to some mental tension. We can be very controversial in our ideas, in our opinions, in the way that we're speaking to other people. So miscommunication and misunderstandings are highly likely. Now, I want you to be open to the fact that we might have to change our ideas or change our plans because of this energy. The good thing is that we are being encouraged to kind of get outside of the box, to be open to taking some risks, to kind of expose ourselves to different ideas, opposing ideas, and really just allow that higher intellect to be in conflict with that lower intellect, so that somewheres in the middle, we can find a sweet spot, a sweet perspective, a sweet point of view where we can literally sink our teeth into new ideas, new ways of looking at things. But it is going to come with a certain element of friction. And because it's happening on the same day where there's a lot of fire energy, where we're fired up about something, we really do have to be mindful of how we're going to use this energy to our advantage and not let it totally destroy us.